Oh, that worked out fantastically. I'm super happy about that. So we'll just wide window. Ah, no, because I cannot now see what I want to see. And this is what I want to see. Okay. We're all set up here. Except for the fact that I didn't bring my phone over here, but it's fine. Let's see who's awake. I should get some Americans in here momentarily. Momentarily. Hi, everybody, by the way, who is watching this stream back. I'm sorry you missed out. Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, I'm chilling, sitting here, slightly bored, obviously, if I'm live streaming on Christmas, right? But that's how it be with us YouTubers. Hi, everybody. Hi. Merry Christmas. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun. Clearly I'm bored and not doing anything if I'm sitting here live streaming on Christmas, right? I don't care. Look, that's usually I would be at the gym. And let me move my microphone over a little bit. Usually I would be at the gym at this time, but the gym is closed and I don't really know what to do with myself because it's really thrown off my normal schedule. I'm not happy about this. I'm truly like, yes, I'm throwing a fit because it's Christmas and the gym is closed. So it's whatever. It's whatever. I'm over here contemplating what I want to do and kind of thinking about the channel and all the stuff I want to do next year because I'm very creative and I have a lot of plans. And I was going through some of the comments of some of my videos because they always pop up and I'm very interactive. You guys know I'm very interactive in the comment section, okay? I am not an uppity YouTuber by any means. I will respond to your comment. And there's a lot of Zionists who are very unhappy with me because I did a deep dive on the whole South Africa situation and somebody had the audacity to get into the comment section and was, where is that comment? I'm going to have to go grab my phone. I have another phone here, but it doesn't have my comments on there. But they said something around the fact that they're like, oh, I don't think you know anything about the Middle Eastern policy and you should just stay out of it because Israel was gifted by God and stuff. And I was like, do you know me? Because we can hop on live stream and have a discussion if you damn well want, because everything that I believe and say, I say publicly. So anything I say on a video or in public, I'm damn well ready to defend in front of anybody. But we all know that they're not going to show up to a live stream. I always invite people, detractors, whoever you may be, to come to a live stream and we can have a discussion because I will defend anything that I say. I have no problem doing that. I don't care if I trash talk to girls' shoes. I will defend what I say. If those shoes were chunky or her feet were hanging off the ends of them, I could defend what I say. Like, by all means, let's go. Let's have at it. And then they never show up. And then I'm sad, Then I'm just sitting here bored. I have this is my luggage over here because I'm packing for Florida. If you didn't know, I'm going to be in Florida in 2 weeks for Miss Earth USA. I'm super excited. It's going to be my first time meeting people, seeing the queens. I'm always at home, in my own little realm, in my own little room. And it's going to be my first time. It's kind of nerve-wracking, but I have a lot of clothes over here that I am packing. You guys need a gym vlog? Yes. One of my New Year's resolutions is to do more vlogs. I used to vlog more, and you guys know I have the family channel, and it hasn't been as active, obviously, as my main channel. Now, part of that reason is because I had two sort of illnesses that happened this winter. This winter was trash for me. It was garbage for me this winter. So that really slowed down things, but New Year's resolution, many more vlogs. I want to do more vlogs because my family's wacky and weird and fun. And I hear y'all sneaking in from the garage. I don't know who it is, my mom or my brother, but it's one of you guys. Did I see Miss Universe Philippines? Yes, a lot of you guys sent me the ending pose specifically for Miss Universe Philippines, which thank you for that, by the way, because you don't understand. I was trying so hard not to be too mad in the video. You guys know I'm very forthcoming with my emotions, but I was severely pissed off. You can come in. I'm just, it's for fun. We're just having fun. Don't put that in my room. Why are you putting that in my room? Why? I don't want it in my room. Okay. Don't clutter my room. Where am I going to put it?
What do you mean clutter?
That's clutter.
You use this.
And I will come out and get paper towels. I don't need paper towels in my room. Mom legit tried to put a giant roll of paper towels in my room. Who keeps paper towels in their room? Any of y'all keep paper towels in your room? My mom's just doing mom things.
You could say no, thank you.
Mom, you keep putting stuff in my room. I keep telling you don't put stuff in my room.
I was just.
I find jackets and brushes and makeup
That's accident.
and I just don't put I
All you had to say was no, thank you, rudeness.
but that's not even who keeps paper towels in their room. That's just weird. Now she's like, you're just being rude. That is such a random thing as to put paper towels in somebody's room. Am I wrong? Are you going to be a judge in Miss Earth USA? Yes, I am. In fact, I am officially sitting at the judging table and I'm super freaking excited about it. It'll be fun. You know, the other judges are super great. They're very fun to talk to. I actually want to do a video about it, but it's going to be on, it's going to be in the Coterie because it's kind of a private thing. I do upload a lot of private matters to the Coterie, to my nobility, because we have personal title holders within my court. We have the Viscounts and the Barons, and actually they are going to get a video today, which I'm thinking about letting you guys kind of see a clip of that video, because it's the part 2 of me and my mother when we sat down and talked about when everybody was mad at me about God knows whatever reason, because they get mad at me every year. Like legit, if you go back through the timeline of me being on YouTube, October, November, December, one of those months at the end of the year, the fan base is mad at me about something every single year. So it's, something I'm used to. And I find a lot of fun in it because the comments are hilarious. Hilarious. Because the people that don't know me legitimately think that I care. And I think it's so cute. It is so cute. But yes, I did get to see the ending poses of some of the queens, and Miss Universe really dropped the ball there. And one of the reasons I suspect, they're being real stingy when it comes to the content, this year. And it's not just me. People think it's just me. I'm like, no. All the compilation videos that we love to see, all the full performances of certain contestants, all the fan-made videos that we love to see are not getting uploaded this year because of IMG. And they've never done that. They've never blocked entire videos, entire competitions. They've never done that. They're ruining it for everybody. And they suck. And one of the reasons that I was just like, well, you guys probably don't want me to say anything about your competition is because I was going to trash the hell out of their camera angles and their camera shots, because that was some amateur-ish video if I ever did see it. How dare you cut off the endings of a competition? What? That is the most basic thing that any pageant fan would know. That was just bad. That was just super bad. Did it make you laugh when you see the Panama, Paraguay, and Peru in pageants, when they introduce themselves? It depends. I mean, usually they're very happy, slightly outlandish. They get very excited. I don't really mind unless it's something super crazy. Super crazy. I'm an eccentric person. Some people think that I'm just like this for YouTube, and I'm like, no. No, everything you guys see on YouTube, I do in my real life. White hair and everything. I'm going to Christmas dinner with my family today. White hair and everything. The crowns that I wear on YouTube, they're in my room. They're up here and they're up there, and I'm going to put it in another shelf. And I wear them when I go grocery shopping or if I pick my brother up from school. I'm like this. This is just me. Some people wish it was an act, but it's not. It's just me. That's silly of your mom. Good evening in South Africa. That's what I said. It's silly. Why are you putting paper towels in my room? And now she's like, you're so rude. I'm like, Mom, it's a random weird thing to just think I need paper towels in here. You calling me messy? Maybe I should take that as rude. Maybe she's just inherently calling me messy. You're just messy, but I'm not. Everything's super neat in here, which is why I get all worked up about it. Hi, everybody from the Discord, by the way. Yes, we need to have another Zoom. It's been a long time since Miss Grand introductions are on a whole nother level. Absolutely. It's been a long time since we had a Zoom chat, and I miss seeing your faces. I talk to some of you regularly, and you guys know that. I see you guys. I talk to you all the time, and you're in my Instagram DMs, and we chit chat all the time. I kind of want to pull up. I've had a very fun, even though after getting over being sick, oh snap, I shouldn't have done that. After getting over being sick, I've had a very fun December, even when everybody's in their feelings about God knows what. Oh, that's the thing. there's a lot of videos I need to do. I need to do more vlogs. I need to do more privy councils, because after I just did this recent South Africa video, which was supposed to be a very non-emotional, non-biased type video, just kind of breaking down the situation and understanding where everybody's coming from. And in that video, I said I can't really take anybody's side because I think everybody's a bit wrong on every angle. The Miss Universe organization is the most wrong. That's for damn sure, because they started all this nonsense. But I couldn't really take sides in that video. And then when I got into the comment section, there was a lot of idiots. There was a lot of stupid people. And that bugged me. One of the reasons I wanted to do Privy Council videos, for those of you who don't know what Privy Council is, it's basically talking about worldwide politics, not just the United States, other countries, and things that impact all of us, including, and this is important when it comes to pageantry, because these women often answer questions based on these topics, based on what's happening in the world and what's affecting all of us, whether it be human rights, women's issues or women's empowerment, or the environment. These are all political issues, and these are all very important topics. So I wanted to do the Privy Council to really focus in on those and kind of educate the entire fan base. Not just the fan base, but myself. It forces myself to do research. So I'm honestly educating myself at the same time. And it forces us all to be more knowledgeable pageant fans. So when we do hear question and answer, we know what it should be. We know our own opinions and feelings on it. And it's more fun for us because we know the issues that the women are speaking on. So it's kind of like we're all turning into pageant experts at the same time. So I've been kind of slacking. I don't necessarily watch Miss World, but I am going to watch this year because I've heard some things are different. We'll discuss that in a second, because I have a video actually on Miss World America that has yet to be uploaded. But even Miss World, they talk about a lot of very serious issues that fall within the political realm. I'm looking through the comments section on the South Africa video. This is an issue that I think everybody should be well aware of, is the Israel-Palestine feuding. Lord have mercy. People down there making a fool out of themselves. Making a fool out of themselves. A whole fool. A court jester. I'm seeing too many court jesters in my comment section. I'm like, you sound dumb. Because there's a lot of people like to use the United States as an example. They're like, well, if you're mad at South Africa, which I'm not mad at South Africa. Like, I have no personal feelings towards a country I've never been to and I'm not attached to. But they're like, if you're going to say this about South Africa, how come you don't say this about the United States? Because the United States has similar segregation issues. And I'm just like, anybody who uses the United States as an example in this situation has proven themselves to be a moron, an idiot. I'm not even going to be nice to you. You are dumb. The United States is the worst example you could use in the context of defending Israel. Do you know why? Because the United States is the one country on the face of the planet who lives in Israel's butt constantly. No matter what Israel does, the United States is Israel's big brother. The United States protects baby Israel from everything. The United States would never go against Israel. So to be like, if you expect this of South Africa, you should expect this of the United States. When it comes to Israel, I have the lowest expectations of the United States, okay? The United States is the worst example to use because Israel could literally like bomb Germany. They could nuke Germany and the United States would be like, oh, but we still support Israel and Israel's like, don't ever use the United States. And I'm very honest when it comes to my country. The United States is bias AF. They are biased. The United States is nosy. The United States is biased. The United States can be a bully sometimes. Like, I'm well aware of what my country does. And to use the United States as the pinnacle of an example, well, the United States has segregation issues and race issues in their own country, so you should expect them not to send a delegate. The United States does not acknowledge their own racial segregation or history. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? In the United States right now, we are damn near at war with each other over whether to teach racial history and slavery in our children's history classes. If you didn't know, that's how far gone the United States is right now. We are debating whether to teach an accurate history of slavery in my country. Now, the rest of you around the world probably think that's psychotic because you're like, what? How do you choose not to teach part of your history? And yet that's what we're dealing with in the United States right now. That's how far gone my country is, losing their minds. So to use the United States as some sort of example, like, just, oh my God. Worst example you could use. The worst example you could use is the United States, which, by the way, I was going to start going to some of the local school board meetings because I've heard that parents have been getting into fights at local school boards because they don't want their precious little children to be taught the history of slavery. Imagine that. Imagine that. Parents are like really trying to scrub 400 years of documented racial issues from our history books, from our textbooks. Don't ever use but people want to use the United States. Like, I will come for my country. Don't play. I will come for my country hard. The same way I come for anybody else's country. My country can get it. And I come for that's the other thing we need to discuss, because whenever people get mad at me, they only get mad at me in the context of their country, right? They only get, like, if I say something about a woman's styling, which I'm not going to apologize for, because if her styling was bad, her styling was bad. Like, you want me to give a fake apology? It wouldn't be very convincing, okay? If I criticize a woman and then they get mad, they only get mad for their country. And they're like, you're so harsh, you're so mean, you should never talk about Thailand again. And I'm just like, I can't take you seriously. And then people are like, well, you should accept criticism. I can't take your criticism seriously if it's only applying to one country, because that proves your bias. The countries that I roast regularly, constantly, number one, United States. And nobody ever defends the United States against what I say, even though it's the truth. But nobody ever defends the United States saying, oh, you're too harsh on them. You talk too much about them. You always have something negative to say about them. Y'all don't defend the United States. I banished an entire country this year. A whole country got banished, publicly banished. And I haven't spoken about them since. Nobody defended them. In fact, the people from that country didn't even defend them. Like, when it comes to my behavior, people only have a problem with it if it comes towards a powerhouse. And that's where I call out the entitlement. That's where I'm like, yeah, no, you're acting entitled, okay? Because you don't have a problem when I get on the Netherlands or the entire continent of Europe or the United States or any of the island nations. Y'all don't have a problem with it. But the moment I come for a powerhouse, it's a problem. That's your bias, not mine. That's your own entitlement. Sort it out, because I promise you the same thing's going to happen next year. Same thing's going to happen next year. If Indonesia comes back, which thank God they're coming back, by the way. Thank God. But if Indonesia comes back and crowns a queen that, walks like a toddler in mommy's shoes, I'm going to have something to say about it. And it would be wrong. And it would be wrong if I didn't. Because it's like, okay, so last year you had something to say about Thailand and Philippines, but here Indonesia comes with a lackluster queen that they clearly haven't trained, and you're not going to say anything. It would be unfair. It would be totally unfair. And I have to say, this is the one time I will say this country's name. Canadian fans are the best. Canadian fans, y'all, because the Canadian fans put up with me and the Canadian fans understand. If any fan base had the right to be mad at me, it would have been the Canadians. Because I banished their organization. They got no video, no spotlight, no shine, no nothing. They got nothing from me this year. The Canadians should have been mad. And you know what? They weren't. Not one. I have not seen even one singular comment from a Canadian fan being mad at me. I will go through the comment section and I'll find a Canadian and they're just like, but you're right. Like, we're disappointed in our organization too. Hopefully they're better next year. Canadians, you guys, y'all know how to take it. The Canadians know how to take it. They know how to take criticism. They know how to take they understand. Like, they get it and they brush it off and they move on with their lives. Y'all, the Canadians, you guys are bomb. You guys are bomb. Y'all are amazing. I love it. It's freaking, so awesome. It was Canada. Canada was banished this year. Canada was banished because I just got sick of the nonsense. And this is what people don't understand. If I truly am done with your country, if I truly am upset with your country and mad at your country, and usually it's not the country, it's the country's organization, because the Canadian country itself is beautiful. It's a Christmas wonderland up there, but it's specifically the organization. And if I get upset with an organization and I think that they're beyond the point of improvement, I'm not going to bash you. I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to give you no attention. If I truly don't like you, I'm not going to pay attention to you. Because what's the point? What is the point of me getting on my platform and ranting and raving and saying all the things that are wrong with this country that's not going to pay attention and they're not going to improve? That's a waste of my time. I can make another video. I have a whole book full of videos that have yet to be made. Why am I wasting my energy on you? I will ignore you. And the one organization and country that I did ignore this year was Canada, because they were beyond the point of improvement. How am I going to come after you 3 times within a span of a year, a few months, because you're making the same damn mistake multiple times? What is why, like, the replica crown, the entire pageant community called you on it the first time. The first time the whole pageant community got mad at Canada for having a replica Mikimoto crown. And we made it very obvious. And I didn't make a big deal out of it. I made it a point to shut up. You guys like, oh, you always say something bad. There's many videos, okay, that I could have made roasting many different countries, organizations, and queens for stuff that they should not have done. And I didn't. Y'all be thinking I don't know the tea. I know all the tea. I just choose to be quiet. The first time Canada did the replica crown nonsense, I chose to shut up about it. And I said that in the video. I said, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. Just don't do it again. And I moved on. And then they came back and they insulted Michael Cinco publicly, loudly. And everybody saw that. And I was like, that is way over the line. That was way over the line to come after Michael publicly like that. That was disrespectful AF. And Michael had every right to go off, and he barely did anything. He released a statement. Had it been me, I would have had a field day. You disrespect me like that. That was gross, what they did to Michael Cinco. And still, I didn't banish them for that. Still, because I felt like, okay, they're definitely going to learn after this, right? The Canadians definitely will learn. The fan backlash is going to teach them a lesson, and they will learn. And then the Canadians came back with a replica Mawad crown. A replica Mawad crown. No, I think the first crown was a replica Mawad. And then the second crown, the one that they're using now, is the replica Mikimoto that they have on their current queen. And as soon as I saw the second replica crown, after we told them not to do it the first time, I was like, y'all are done. You're done. You're done, because you're not learning and you seem to not care. Because after all the backlash that you've gotten, to keep stepping on the toes of the fan base and disrespecting Miss Universe, you clearly don't care and you don't see it as a big deal. So I'm going to do one last video, kick you out, and not talk to you again, because I'm not going to keep wasting my time. As much as people think I enjoy being upset, I enjoy being happy, okay? I don't like seeing disrespect. I don't like hearing disrespect. It works me up. It makes me anxious. I can't have fun when I'm in that state. I don't like it. So I'm like, if you guys are going to keep stepping on my nerves, I'm just going to banish you and ignore you, because I want to live in my world of happiness, and y'all are nothing but negative energy. Hopefully they come back better next year. But knowing the way that they've been behaving, they're going to use the same damn cheap looking replica crown and not place as they did this year. Boom. That's what you get. That's what you get. And just so people be like, oh, you have attitude. When I have attitude, it is very obvious. You can see it. You can see it. It's been a minute since I've done a live stream, so people may have forgotten, and some people have never seen me live. And so I understand you may not know my personality, but trust me, when there's attitude, it is very obvious. What is going on over here? Vietnam is slowly becoming a powerhouse. Absolutely. Vietnam has been extremely consistent, very high quality, like amazing. Vietnam's been doing well. I did want to do like a video of the undercut, like diamonds in the rough, the potential powerhouse countries like Jamaica. Jamaica, if all they need is one good coach, Jamaica would be a powerhouse, because those women are just naturally amazing and confident. They just need technical skills. Jamaica could be a powerhouse with just one good coach. That's all they need. I just saw something. That would be awful if they held it in Israel again next year. Like, this is nothing against Israel itself. Miss Universe, like, that was so mean. That was such a mean decision. I will upload more court counsels. You guys give me court counsel ideas. It'll be great. But Miss Universe, like, that was really disappointing to me, because they know that the Miss Universe competition is like hosting a massive party every year. It looks really bad to host a party at a venue where everybody's not invited, where all your friends can't go. They had to know, if you're going to choose Israel, there's certain countries that can't go. And they clearly were okay with that. That's where I had the issue. Like, that's super wrong. That's like me deciding to have a, Paris, France birthday party, right? And expecting all of my, I don't have rich friends, but expecting all my rich friends to fly out there and have a Paris birthday party with me. But then all of my like normal, average, everyday friends who can't afford that trip, they can't go. So I'm automatically disincluding them and making them feel like crap because I know that they don't have the money to make that trip. Like Miss Universe knew that there were certain countries that would not be able to participate and they still were just like, screw you, we're going to have it here. That was messed up. That was super messed up. That was no. And that's what pissed me off. Like you automatically disincluded certain nations and that was wrong of you to do. I would never. Would never. And people are like, oh, well, Miss Universe is not a political organization. Neither is the Olympics. And even the Olympics takes into consideration where they choose to host their competitions. It matters. And that's the responsibility you hold as a major competition. And now look at Miss Universe, because I said you've opened yourself up to attack. And now I'm watching news channels and news stations attacking Miss Universe and calling Miss Universe irrelevant, out of date, out of touch, because they're trying to whitewash the Israel-Palestine situation by hosting the country there. They have now embroiled themselves with bias and negativity because of what they've done. They're not even protecting their own reputation. And I'm just like, you're messing up everything for us and yourselves. Like, that's gross. And Miss Universe South Africa never should have been put in that situation. That was not something that she should have had to face. That's why I said first and foremost, it's on both organizations. Miss South Africa and Miss Universe, that was garbage decision making on everybody's part. That was gross. Ew. They might have gotten Israel at a discount. And I mean, this is why I need to do more privy councils, because I want educated people around me. And there are people falling through the cracks because they do not understand that every sporting event, every international sporting event has undertones of politics. The Olympics always has political undertones. Always. Every single year. Like, this is, so for them to be, oh, Miss Universe doesn't have politics involved. Yes, it does. It is a major competition where nations send representatives. Do you not think that if Miss Universe Israel and Miss Universe Indonesia got into a fight during a Miss Universe competition, that wouldn't make worldwide news? That's a political thing. World leaders would have to have phone calls with each other and make statements of apologies, because it would make it seem as if the nations had problems with each other, not the women. Like, these are political issues, and the fact that this goes over people's heads is what makes me realize I've really slacked off when it comes to privy councils, because people don't understand the underlying tones of political rivalries between countries. Women have lost their titles because they took a picture with the wrong contestant. They've lost their titles for, do you guys not realize if the United States and Poland were at war, those two women cannot take pictures at a Miss Universe event. They can't. They cannot. Because that becomes a political statement, and that would outrage the, not the fan base, they would outrage the citizens of those nations. And the world leaders would have to make statements because of these two competitors. It is very political. And the fact that people think it's not, is just making me remind myself that I have not been doing my job when it comes to privy councils, because these things need to be thoroughly discussed. And I have to remember to answer this comment. Somebody asked a very intellectual question, which I think is amazing. They asked, and it wasn't just directed at me, it was directed at everybody. They asked if Miss Universe had a place within politics, or if Miss Universe could, I would have to find the comment, but if Miss Universe could, possibly heal relations between countries or facilitate contact between countries with negative relations. And I was like, that is a beautiful question, because and honestly, yes, the Olympics is used a lot of the time to bridge gaps between countries that have non-friendly relations with each other. The Olympics is really used to bring the world together. The only time we don't have the competition of the Olympics is when the world was at war. During World War I, during World War II, we did not have the Olympics because there was no togetherness. But the Olympics and similar competitions such as the World Cup has often been used as an avenue to bring warring countries or countries that are feuding together. The world leaders will attend these events and use these events to facilitate contact with the other country they may have a disagreement with. That happens all the time. So people are like, oh, it's not political. It's always political. It is always political. Always. If the United States wanted to make a statement against Israel, which would never happen because I already said United States is up Israel's butt, right? If the United States wanted to make a statement against Israel without causing too much tension or without causing an international incident, what would you do? And this is stuff that we study in class during international relations. Usually what countries do, they'll do little things, they'll do petty things to kind of prod somebody that they're mad at. And the little things that they do would be to withdraw a competitor from that competition, or would be to not send the appropriate delegate to that country's meeting. For example, the United States, if the United States wants to downplay something as not important, right? Like they don't want to give you accolades. They don't want to make you feel too important. They don't want to make you feel too big. Instead of sending like our Secretary of State, which is like very high up the list of politicians, they'll send like somebody's assistant. Instead of sending the president, they'll send like an assistant to the meeting to make it seem like your meeting's not that important. They do that on purpose to not give clout to whomever or whatever meeting or country they're attending. Everything is political. And I really have to teach the fan base to be able to see that, because sometimes when it comes to stuff like that, I feel like I'm sitting in a kindergarten class and it's very difficult to explain in the comments section without making pages of comments. Like, no, this take is stupid. This take is dumb. They're like, sporting events are never political. Sporting events are damn near always political in the realm of international competition. Now, if it's just national competition, no, usually it's not political. But internationally, it's damn all the popular ones, they're political. They're political. Do you think they're holding the World Cup where they're holding what is it? The UAE, this is where they're holding the World Cup. You think they're holding the World Cup there just because it just randomly happened to? It's political. It's political. Where we host the Olympics is political. Like, it drives me nuts. I'm like, get it, just read a book or a newspaper. Do you watch the news? Anything? No? Okay, it's just me. This is why I need to catch up on privy councils, because people just don't see it happening. They just don't understand. That's why that's why Brazil took a lot of backlash when Brazil hosted the World Cup, and they were spending all this money on the World Cup, and people were pissed off because Brazil's economy isn't that great. And one of the stadiums that they built for the World Cup was only going to be used 3 times. And it was built in like the middle of the Amazon rainforest that you could only get to through, boating down the Amazon River. And now it's just sitting there empty. But Brazil wanted to put on a front for the rest of the world and make it seem like we're not having issues. There's no issues here. We're great. We're financially stable. By all means, come visit us. Like, they're trying to put on a front to impress the rest of the world, but they're building walls in front of the ghettos of their country so that the foreign citizens and foreign nations don't see the poverty as they drive by to go to their World Cup events. Like, political. What do you think more African countries need to be present at Miss Universe, like Miss World? Yes. That's one thing I'm super jealous about when I watch some other competitions, is that they have competitors from countries that we don't get to see on the Miss Universe stage or even the Miss Grand stage. We don't get to see those countries. And I'm like, clearly these countries want to participate. We need to make it more attractive and welcoming so that those countries feel like they can come and play with the rest of the Miss Universe competitors. And honestly, this is one of the reasons I was really mad at Miss Universe this year. They took a massive step backwards in showing that welcoming behavior. Hosting the competition in Israel is not welcoming to Muslim dominated countries. Do you think that they want to join you? Like, in their mind, you clearly have a bias, which clearly you do. Miss World would not do that. They wouldn't do that. It would be a horrible look, as it was for Miss Universe. That's why US and Australia and others will not attend Beijing Winter Olympics. Exactly. It's political. And what is the one country? Russia. Russia has not been allowed to compete under their country's flag for several years because of their doping scandal. So they're technically Russia is banned from the Olympics, but they're still competing under like a pseudonym. And the only reason they're allowed to compete under this pseudonym is because Russia has a lot of political pull. But it's incredibly political. And that's why it drives me nuts when people are down in the comments being stupid, because I'm like, how do you not see this? And that's just like one thing that I want to do. I have to do more privy councils so that people understand. I love that my audience is very, after all this time that I've been on YouTube, I think I've built a very dynamic audience. And I think I've taught at least my audience to not be so sensitive, to be able to take a joke, to understand the way criticism works and be able to take it without being upset. I'm really happy I facilitated a group of people who are understanding of the nature of competition. I've built a wonderful court full of pageant fans who understand the way pageants work and what is expected of the women. Like, there are certain places in which my audience is incredibly educated and very, very well-rounded. One spot that I think we're all collectively missing is the politics portion, is, the interview question and answer portion. We really need to dive into the understanding of those things that the women are asked about during interview, during onstage Q&A, during final question. These are people like, you shouldn't dive into politics. These are relevant things, even for the competitions that we watch. And I can tell you that because I have asked some of these questions in closed door interview, and I've watched other judges ask these questions in closed door interview. They ask political questions. They will. And they have no problem doing it. And you better know the answer. You better know. I could not believe, and I didn't ask this question, but I'm sitting in closed door interview for some of the Miss Earth USA girls. And one of the questions that a lot of the girls got asked, and I can talk about this because interviews are over, okay? Interviews are over. It's done. So it's not influencing anything. One of the questions that the girls were frequently asked in an environmental competition: who is your favorite environmental activist? And you know what? 80% of those girls did not have an answer. And another 10% of those girls all chose the same person, Greta Thunberg, which everybody, that's a very generic answer. Everybody knows who she is. So clearly you didn't put thought into it. That's just, I don't even know what to say. Like, I was like secondhand embarrassment for some people who were in an environmental competition and didn't have an environmental activist that they could name. Not one. Embarrassing. Still give kudos to Bahrain for competing. It was very nice seeing her. That's why you guys in the video, there's things I could have critiqued Bahrain on, but you didn't see me do it. And people don't really seem to understand how or why my behavior fluctuates, because I could honestly tear apart a lot of competitors for their lack of technical training. I truly could. Okay. I could sit up there and really roast some people. What is the point of me roasting Bahrain on her lack of technical skills when this is that country's debut, like first time ever on stage? What's the point of me roasting her when my level of expectation truly isn't that high? And it's not because I don't respect the country. They're new. So I'm not going to expect them to give the most outstanding, beautiful, miraculous performance. I'm not going to, expect their organization to truly understand how to train a Miss Universe contender. I don't put my expectations at the same level for every country, because that would not be fair. Like, I didn't roast Netherlands during my Miss Universe finals, or even she didn't make it to finals, prelims reaction, because my expectations of that country was not very high. They have never produced a gorgeous, true threat for Miss Universe. They haven't done that. So why would my expectations be super high? But my expectations for powerhouse nations, i.e. Venezuela, Colombia, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines, my expectations of those nations are much higher than, say, a Germany, a Denmark. My expectations are much higher for those countries because I know what they are able to produce. See, if Netherlands produces a C plus student, and that's on par with what they usually get, that's usually the grade that they get, they'll produce a C student, I'm fine with that. But if Miss Universe Thailand produces a C student, but their grades are usually in the A high B range, it's a problem with me, because you're not keeping your same standards. Thailand is dipping. Netherlands is staying the same. Thailand is coming down. And I have a problem with that, because I'm like, this is not your best, Thailand. And the same thing with Miss Universe Philippines this year, because everybody's like, you're criticizing Miss Universe Philippines. Damn straight I am. You damn straight I am. You know why? Do you know why? Because when I watched Butterfly Bea on stage during her national competition, she gave me A student. I saw her A's. She was getting A's in her category. She was an A student. And then she came out during prelims and she gave me a C. She gave me a C on a test that she scored an A in previously. So if Netherlands got a C, of course I'm going to let Netherlands have their C, because usually that's the grade that they get. But for Philippines, no. Philippines giving me a C means you guys slacked, because I know Philippines does A's. So you give me a C, I'm going to be upset because you're my A student. What are you doing? What are you doing? Ace. I know what that woman is capable of, and I'm just, babe, you can do better than this. You can do better than this. I know she can do better than this, and she did. And she did. Like, I don't know. I don't understand why it's so hard for people to just understand honesty. If a woman can do better than what she's giving you, then tell her that. I know you can do better. Do better. Bahrain, I know that she was not prepared to do more than what she was giving, so there is no point in me bashing her with expectations that I know that she can't meet. It is unfair. France, my expectations for her were much higher, because she had too much time to prepare. So my expectations were up there with the same with Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, all of them. I expected the most from France because you had a lot of time. And she did well, so I didn't say nothing. She did. Hi, Mr. Ralph. How you doing? Did the sovereign just call Thailand a powerhouse? Oh my God. Is that a debate? Hold on. Are we debating who is a powerhouse? Because I kind of thought that was a given. Is that not a given? Because I've always thought of Thailand as a powerhouse nation. Like I have very high expectations of Thailand. So if Thailand sends me a C student next year, I'm going to have an attitude, because you're one of my A's. You're one of my A's. There's certain people. And then I have like the B students, like Puerto Rico's like a BA. Dominican Republic usually sends me at least a B. Who else? Mexico's usually in the B range. They send me pretty consistent girls. USA's iffy. USA doesn't be doing their homework. Venezuela's always an A student. So, you know, there's certain expectations I have of certain nations, and when they don't meet them, that's when it becomes a problem, because I know what you're capable of. I definitely understand what women are capable of. What's that? Oh, what's up, Nanny? Just subscribed. Look at my little running zombie. I haven't figured out how to change that yet. Oh, I have to edit that video. I have to edit for those of you who follow me on Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram, you are missing out. I'm not saying that just to plug my Instagram, because we have a lot of conversations over there. I drop a lot of tea on my Instagram. Some of you have seen, because people will re-upload some of my Instagram live streams. My Instagram, I be putting stuff up there, okay? I put stuff on my Instagram. And recently, I think it was yesterday, I put up a video of a woman with 5.17 million subscribers, because it's a news channel in the United States. It's 5 million subscribers, and they are screaming that Miss Universe should be canceled. Not even just canceled. Erase that. Not even just canceled. Miss Universe should be banned. Banned. I made a video on it, and I have to edit it, but I haven't edited it yet, because when I watch it, I get worked up again. They called for Miss Universe to be banned. They said it was antiquated, and this woman is screaming. Okay, Anna is screaming. She's like, don't pretend as if it's anything more than just, I wonder if I can pull that up, because it just irritates me so much It upsets me so much because it's very obvious that Anna has never, she doesn't understand Miss Universe. It's very clear. In fact, I wonder if we can listen to it. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. I posted it on my Instagram. So for those of you who saw it on my Instagram, you saw, but it was
yourself, everyone.
Very, shitty behavior. Hold on. Microphone, you're in the way. You are in the way. HD, where's the audio for this? Let me see what the comments, because I'm sure some of y'all in the comments are explaining to other people who didn't see that video. It was gross. It was gross. I'm about to show you guys, but it's going to piss you off. It pisses me off. That's why it's so hard for me to even explain. It's so hard for me to even think about. Because Anna lost her mind. She was like, Miss Universe the competition should be banned. It's an embarrassment, and it's only there for men to watch women in bikinis and sexy outfits. All right. I am plugged in here. And I'm going to see if I can do this like a pro, right? Where's my screen capture? Oh, you know what? Where's my video capture? Boom. Because she's just, oh my God, she's the worst. No, I want my comments section. I want the comment section. I don't care about the screen. Nobody cares about the screen. We want the comments. But this is the video, and I'm going to have a video on it. It's just gross. And you guys are going to have to let me know if you can hear it, because sometimes it's really stupid. Miss Universe seems to be more educated than Anna, to be honest. This video is disgusting, y'all. It's just gross.
Should be banned. They're antiquated. They're awful. Beauty pageants in this day and age should be banned. They're antiquated, they're awful, and Steve Harvey managed to somehow make it a little more awful than it already is. So during a recent...
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can hear that. Did you guys get to hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. Desktop audio, let me see. You should, yeah. Okay, it seems like you guys can hear it. So that's what she said in the beginning, and she is mad at Steve Harvey for... Let me just get rid of that. She is mad at Steve Harvey because he asked Miss Universe India to make cat noises, which we're all understanding this is not a judged portion of the competition. This is an entertainment segment of the portion of the competition. It's not being judged. And she had said herself that she's really good at making animal noises. So Steve Harvey, being a comedian and being funny, asked Miss Universe India to make, a funny cat noise. And he does funny things with the contestants. He had Miss Universe Puerto Rico up there with him, teaching him how to dance. So he was making light of the competition so that it's funny, so that it's fun, so that it's not so serious. That is his job as a host. Anna used this as an excuse to go off the rails and bash the hell out of Miss Universe.
Miss Universe beauty pageant. I think it's Miss Universe. I was not expecting to do this on world stage, but I have to do this. I have no other option.
She was a good sport about it. It was funny. It was silly, but let's fast forward here.
I read about it. It's even worse than what was explained. I hated every minute of that. Made me super uncomfortable. I think it was degrading. Miss India was a good sport about it. I'll give you her statement in just a second, but I just want to compare what she was asked to do.
We're gonna fast forward.
There would be issues on that stage. Okay? Mm-hmm. I don't see anyone who is outside. There is some possibility of responding to it. And Miss India was not given that opportunity. He asked her to make an animal noise.
I know, it's unacceptable.
100% unacceptable. The whole thing is unacceptable. Can we let's stop pretending like these beauty pageants are about anything other than beauty. Beauty, that's all it is. It's about beauty. Don't give me any BS about how, oh no, we really care about the substance of these women. Let's put them in a string bikini and have them walk on stage, please, for our viewing pleasure.
Yeah.
Get the F out of here, please.
Okay.
And by the way, I have nothing against these women. I have something against these events, but more importantly, over the last several years, trying to do some rebranding of these events as if it's about the substance of the contestants. I don't see a single, look, all the women up there are conventionally beautiful, okay? I don't see anyone who is outside of those standards.
Yeah. So, look, now getting to something serious. First of all, quick defense of Steve Harvey, believe it or not here. If you noticed in that question, he said, I heard that you do animals.
Yeah. So, oop, shouldn't have done that. Keep that there. I want to reposition the video capture. I made a video on that. But before I made a video on that, because I was fuming, because this is a blatant disrespect towards not just the Miss Universe organization, but the women who choose to participate. This was very disrespectful and misogynistic, because she's calling for a competition that is very feminine and based on women and dominated by women. She's calling for our competition to be banned. A competition that has real world applicability. There's real world lessons and things that you learn in a Miss Universe competition that is, applicable to your future endeavors and your future jobs. Meanwhile, men's competitions, no one comes for them. Football players are giving themselves concussions. We've got wrestlers dying prematurely. No one's calling for these competitions to be banned. But the women who want to dress pretty and be proud of themselves and be confident in their bikini, because she seems to think that we only ever dress up, like we put on bikinis for men. And bitch, okay, look, I'm just sorry. Let's be honest, okay? I do my makeup all the time, and I'm damn good at it. And most of the time I wear it in my bedroom. Most of the time I'm wearing it grocery shopping. Like, I'm not dating anybody. I don't have a boyfriend, and I still dress pretty, and I still do my face, and I still like to do girly things, and I still put on a crown. And what makes you think I'm doing it for a man? Why? This is a misogynistic type of thinking. And to hear it come from a woman's mouth was just like, have you lost your mind? You're telling us we go to the gym and we like to wear pretty things and look sexy and flaunt for men? For men? Usually when I'm looking sexy and bad as hell, the first people I tell is my girlfriends. Like, what are you saying, Anna? And then to call for it to be banned. We're not hurting anybody. Like, we're not hurting anybody. The football players and the wrestlers are killing themselves. Like, there's the soccer players are breaking bones. But you want our competition to be banned. The one competition in the world that actually factors in your level of education and skill set. That's the competition that should be banned. Make it make sense. Tell me how it's not misogynistic. And I said all of this in the video, but she proves the point of what every pageant queen is trying to show. Pageant queens are trying to show people women can be beautiful. We can be girly. We can be feminine. We can be all these things. And we still can be commanding and respectable and intelligent and authoritative. Pageant queens have been trying to disprove this ditzy, pretty girl misconception forever. And Anna's just feeding in to the whole stereotype in front of her 5 million subscribers, by the way. And this is what really pisses me off about the pageant community. The pageant queens, the pageant organizations. The reason these misconceptions persist is because they allow these attacks to go on unchecked. You don't see a Miss Universe coming out to check these people. You don't see any crowned queens coming out to dispel the misconceptions. You don't see any organizations taking issue with this very loud negative display of misinformation. Nobody's gonna say anything, except me, of course. And y'all know, I don't mind saying what needs to be said, but sometimes it sucks to be the only person on the battlefield. Like, sometimes it sucks to be the sole person on the front lines. It kind of sucks sometimes. I should not be the only person, doing that, saying what needs to be said. Now, when it comes to, pageant queens and criticism, fine. I get why I have to be the only person. Not everybody has that spine. That's fine. But when it comes to the defense of the entire pageant community, why is it just me? like, I don't understand. A misogynistic feminist, quite an irony. Absolutely. She's like, because Anna, if you watch this channel, which I watch this channel, you can clearly see I'm subscribed. They are considering themselves very progressive. They consider themselves progressive Democrats within the United States. But her thoughts and her thinking here was not very progressive, was it? It really wasn't. And it's funny. It's not so funny. Because today, I watched a TYT video. In fact, let me see if I can find it. I watched a TYT video where they were talking about camels in beauty pageants. In the Middle East, they hold beauty pageants for camels. And there is this controversy of people giving plastic surgery to camels right now in order to win these beauty pageants. And these camels sell for millions of dollars. You may think it's funny, but the people who participate, this is a real thing to them. Those camels sell for millions of dollars. In this video, Anna had more respect and research towards this camel beauty pageant than she did towards the Miss Universe competition. Because clearly in this video, she doesn't understand that there's an interview process. She doesn't understand the point of the swimwear competition. Like, clearly this is devoid of research. But if you watch the video they just did on the camel beauty pageants, she's got the facts, she's got the numbers, she gives them respect. She's like, I'll give them the respect because, this, has a lot of money behind it, and this is a traditional thing for this country. Like, she's totally understanding towards the camel beauty pageants, but not Miss Universe. This live will be saved. Somebody said, what are we talking about? There is a video that is, coming that I have to edit once I stop being pissed off. Like, every time I watch it, it pisses me off. About a major channel on YouTube bashing Miss Universe, 5 million subscribers. They do the news and they're spreading misconceptions that Miss Universe should be banned because it's antiquated and misogynistic. And I did a response video to this. But today, this same YouTube channel uploaded a video talking about legit beauty pageants for camels that are held in the Middle East. They're taken very seriously, and these camels sell for millions of dollars. She gave total respect to these beauty pageants for camels. Like, I'm not even joking. Total respect and research. She was really in depth with it and respectful to the camel beauty pageant. But the human beauty pageant that actually has real world impact and abilities to uplift people out of poverty and change women's lives, she called for that to be banned. That's the competition that should be banned. I'm just like, babe, make it make sense. Make it make sense. This is what you say should... Get out my face. Get out my face, Anna. There's certain parts of the video that I'm going to have to delete because I went so hard. I went hard. I was pissed. I wanted to rake her over the coals. I wanted to personally make an RSV reservation for her to sit in the sixth circle of hell. And I was going to take her there myself, pay for her motherfucking Uber. Like, I was not happy in that video because it's so disrespectful. Oh, I was not happy. I'm still not happy. Clearly, I haven't let it go. Let's go find something more fun. Can we know the name of the channel? It's TYT. It's the Young Turks. The Young Turks is the channel that I'm talking about, and I'm uploading a video about them because it deserves to be discussed. But it deserves to be discussed by more people than just me. That's my point. Whenever it comes time to go to war, to grab swords, to put on armor, everybody expects the sovereign to do it. And I'll do it. I have no problem doing it. But in certain situations, it shouldn't just be me. If the Miss Universe, this is not even just Miss Universe. The entire pageant community has been under attack by certain news channels who want to call for these pageants to be banned. And I'm not saying the pageant queens or organizations need to come out with the same energy that I have, because they can't. I'm me. Like, you can't do that, okay? That's my job. But they should still be willing to address the misinformation. If a channel with 5 million subscribers is spreading misinformation about a community or an organization or an activity that you participate in, that has given you great opportunity, that has expanded your knowledge, your, availability or involvement in volunteer activities, it's done great things for you. You should be willing to address the misinformation, especially if you are a current crowned queen, because that is your job. And this is one reason that I have always told myself, I don't, my channel, when I got to brand my channel and make my channel name, I did not want queen in the channel. I did not want queen in the title. I didn't want that. That was the number one thing I knew I didn't want, because I knew that there was a separation between me and the queens that I talk about, not just title wise, but the fact that I don't have an organization and the fact that I'm willing to do things that these women are not willing to do. I wanted people to understand that and not put me in the same box as a pageant queen, because I'm not going to behave like them. I'm going to say what I want and do what I want. That is why it's the Sovereign. It's letting you know I'm going to do what the hell I want. And if I want to go to war, don't be surprised, because I will come for anybody and everybody if I feel like it's necessary or it's warranted, or you're out of line and you're doing too much. I will do it. I will totally do it. And the queens, usually they won't. And I understand why a lot of them are hesitant, and you don't need to be willing and ready to go and address every single thing that happens. But when your community is under attack, when your crown is under attack, when they're calling for you to be banished, to be banned, I don't understand why pageant queens don't address it. Because they're basically saying you are a useless figurehead. That's what they're saying to you. And I don't understand why women want to. I would address it. I would address it, and I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be as saucy as I currently am, right? Because I can do what I want right now. If I was a pageant queen, I know I can't yell and be outraged and all that stuff, but I would make a TikTok. I would make an Instagram live. I would do something and be like, and this is addressed to the young Turks. I see that you have a misconception about pageant queens, and let me give you the knowledge that you missed out on. And I would tell them all the benefits and the purpose of pageantry, and even send them some tickets to the next show so that they could get a thorough understanding of the involvement and purpose and meaning of these women and why they love it so much. Like, there is a nice way to address these things. So I'm not saying people need to go insane, but don't let it go unaddressed. This will kill pageantry. You guys realize that, right? This will kill pageantry. And the day and age of people like all for women's empowerment and feminism, which I am, the public does not see pageantry as a part of that realm. The public does not see pageantry as a part of the fight for women's empowerment, because the public's misconception of pageantry is that it's a misogynistic thing that's only meant to show off sexy women. And if that remains uncorrected, the public will turn on pageantry, as if they haven't already. Largely, a lot of the public really doesn't think the women deserve any respect, because they don't understand it. They don't know any better. And the queens aren't teaching them any better. So it's like, what the hell? What do you do? I can make noise. I'm gonna make noise. But there comes a point where even I feel like the queens don't deserve my defense, or the organizations don't deserve my defense. Because if you're unwilling to defend yourself, then what's the purpose of me sitting here getting all worked up? Why do I need to sit here and be upset? If y'all don't care, why should I care? These queens just let themselves, it's one thing to, let the trolls bash you. Fine, let the trolls bash you. I love trolls. You let them go. Let the trolls do what the trolls do. But you cannot let major news outlets, people with massive followings, do stuff like that. That's damaging. That's one reason that once a year, I don't do it constantly, but usually once a year, I will make the address for all the new people that come to the channel who don't understand me, and I have to remind them, when I give criticism, it doesn't mean I hate the country, guys, okay? We've been through this before. It's in the context of competition, not against the women personally. Usually once a year in November, December, I have to make that address, because there's some people who get worked up and they don't know me, and that's fine. I don't mind explaining my actions. I'm not going to defend my actions, and I'm damn sure not going to apologize for my actions, okay? But I have no problem explaining myself. I feel like that's justified, and I don't mind doing that. That's fine. Women, the pageant queens need to know what needs to be ignored and what doesn't need to be ignored. You can't always be above it all. You can't always act like you're above it all. If I allowed the misconceptions about my criticism to persist, and I had never addressed any of it, people would have been allowed to think that all I'm here to do is bash certain countries and bash women, and like they would be valid in hating me. That would be justified, because if I never explained why I do the things that I do, then that's all they think. They just think I'm a horrible negative person, and eventually that will tarnish and destroy the channel. Even if something is not true, even if something is a lie, it still has a power to hurt you. So even though this rhetoric about pageantry is a lie, it's a misconception, it's a stereotype, it is damaging. And if it remains unaddressed, I promise you, it will have very real effects on the pageant world that we love. Miss Universe will see their viewership drop. The queens will have less appearances and less sponsors. And eventually we will see a lot of the national organizations begin to collapse because they're not financially viable anymore. And once those start to collapse, you say bye-bye to the international organizations such as Miss Universe and Miss Grand. They're gone. The women really need to, they need to address this. This is damaging. This is a problem. Could you imagine like the mainstream news media, which these people, they appear on mainstream news. This is not just like a YouTube channel. They appear on mainstream news. So imagine mainstream news reporting that, like, I don't know, the Miss Universe organization enslaves 8-year-olds. Like, that seems silly and stupid, but if it's being reported on the mainstream news, people will believe it. People will rise up against the Miss Universe organization. I mean, if you could think I'm playing, but that actually happened in the United States. U.S. citizens, you guys know Pizzagate, where there was this rumor that one of our presidential candidates was hiding kidnapped children in the basement of a pizza place in like New York or something. And the QAnon people like ran with it. Like, it sounds crazy, but people believe these things. It will destroy you. And by the way, Hillary Clinton did not win the presidency. The rumors and the misconceptions about her destroyed her run for president. I'm trying to like save the pageant queens, and they're sitting there on their thrones thinking they just get to sit there and be pretty. That is not the purpose of wearing the crown. Like, girl, I'm happy you won, but now you need to do your job. Now you need to use the power for good. You just sitting there kissing babies and going to appearances and going to movie premieres is not helping anybody. That's the one thing I'm like, once you win, you have an obligation to give back to the community. And I honestly am very disappointed that I'm not seeing pageant queens do that. I have yet to see a pageant queen defend the community. Whenever like nonsense happens, the queens will like kind of try to defend themselves or low-key defend each other, which their defenses are weak as hell. I love the girls, I do, but y'all defenses be weak as hell. When Miss India is getting bashed, we'll have some of the queens like, you guys, let's just all focus on love and togetherness. It's not worth it to bash anybody. Let's just all be happy. Do you think you are speaking to kindergartners? You think you are speaking to children? Because the baby voice ain't helping nobody. It's good that they're willing to at least do that. But that type of statement has no power behind it. You're kind of taking the safe road and just taking the baby voice and being like, you guys, let's just be nice to each other, okay? Let's just be nice. And, you know, it's love and peace. And it's just like, oh my God, if that ain't the most stereotypical defense I done ever seen in my life. Get some backbone, get some bass in your voice, girl. Let them know what it really is. Like, get it together. Miss Universe needs to do better with their reigning queens. Absolutely. Like, once you win, once you have your title, do something. Don't, Miss Universe or any organization, if you have a national title or an international title, these organizations are not going to just strip you out of nothing. They will not. I promise you that. I promise you that. I promise you that. It's not going to happen. It's not. And quite honestly, because a lot of the women really want to make their mark. And they think once they win, they've made their mark. Just because you won does not mean you are not forgettable. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Just because you won your national title does not mean you're not going to be a forgettable queen. The most memorable queens are the queens that made an impact, that actually did something outside of the norm that is memorable. Those are the women that are memorable. Once you win, girl, go rule, go reign, go start some stuff. Not saying you need to call out drama with celebrities or anything, but hell, go spread your beliefs, go do something worth something. Who's gonna get mad at an international queen for defending the pageant community? I don't think anybody's gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't have made a statement, this was so beneath you. Like, no one's gonna say that. No one's gonna get mad at you for it, so why don't you do it? They don't do things. I love the girls, but they don't do enough. They truly don't. They don't. Once they win, I see them going to freaking interviews and sitting down on talk shows and going to movie premieres. But when it's time to, you know, grab the sword and step on the battlefield, the queens ain't present. They're not here. They're not here. And I don't understand why. I truly, honestly believe if Joe Biden, the United States president, came out at a press conference and said, Miss Earth is a trash organization, which it is not. This is an example. But if Joe Biden came out and said, Miss Earth is a trash organization and Miss Universe should be banned, I honestly don't think the queens would say anything. I think the fans would go nuts and be very upset, but the queens themselves, I really, at this point, don't have the expectation of them that they're going to have a backbone and say anything. And that is sad. That is very sad. That's sad. Like, how are you going to have very powerful people look you in your face and tell you that your crown don't mean nothing? You're going to take that? You're going to allow that? You're not going to defend your own kingdom? Damn. I'm insulted. Little Penny, I see what you're saying. Little Penny says, that's why I don't talk about pageants in the office, because I will get chastised by the women. That is true, because the misconception about pageantry is that it's just for pretty girls. It's just all about beauty and the prettiest girl wins. And it's really hard to defend pageantry when the queens don't defend pageantry. I don't want to defend your crown. I don't want to defend your throne if you're not willing to do the same. And this is why when I got to brand my channel, I did not want queen in the title, because I did not want people to think that I was going to behave the way the pageant queens do. The pageant queens, a lot of them, they'll stay silent. A lot of them, they will take abuse. A lot of them will sit there and get punched and not say a word. Won't be me. Won't be me. I don't go to, I'm petty. I'll go back and forth with the trolls every now and then when I'm bored, because it's fun. It's fun, I'm not going to act like it's not fun. It's totally fun, and I'm petty. But when it's time to actually go to war, I will do it. Don't think and people always, they get surprised. They're like, I can't believe that you would say that. The pageant queens would never. I can't believe, I never said that I was a queen. My title does not say queen. I chose a very old school terminology so that people understand that I'm about that old school ruthlessness. Okay? I'm about that life. I like the gallows. I like all that. I'm an old school queen, not this new school soft crap. Sorry. Sorry. I feel like Zosie was good with her reign. If it wasn't for COVID, she would have done more. She had intention. Agreed. And Zosie, I think, is one of the only queens that I really paid attention to and, talked about into her reign, is because Zosie was still bringing up very important issues during her reign, which was people got mad at me when I addressed colorism within India. Some of the Indian fans were pissed and act like I was making it up. They're like, we don't have those issues over here. And I'm like, are you serious? No, we don't. So I went, because I watched Zosie's interview with an Indian queen, and I went and pulled her interview and put it on my channel and showed them discussing colorism within India. And I'm like, the current Miss Universe and your own former queen calls you a liar. like people come at me as if I haven't done the research. And I'm like, just because you don't know doesn't mean I don't know. I'm not going to get on my channel and make up something or talk about something that I haven't checked. And if I don't know something and I'm talking about it, I'll tell you. I'll be like, I know very little about this subject, but from what I know, and then I'll make my statement. I'm honest about that and I'm careful about that. Pia is my favorite Miss Universe queen, but Zosie's close. She's close. She is close. But yeah, Zosie was willing to have discussions that could and sometimes did make people uncomfortable, but most pageant queens don't. And that's why I'm just like, once you win your title, some of the queens just become useless, and it's a disappointment to me. Because I'm sitting here rooting for you and I'm really excited for you and everything, but once it comes time to really be a queen, y'all turn into princesses. And I expect that of Miss America, but Miss Universe, why? Why? Especially when like the Miss Universe competition is over. I understand if the girls are being really careful and they really want to protect their title up to the Miss Universe competition. Once the Miss Universe competition is over, I would let loose. I would go ham. I would be doing like, why? What are you scared of? If you were scared of losing your title before, you already represented your country. You were already on the Miss Universe stage. So what do you have to lose now? What? They're not going to strip you 3 months before you hand over the title. Like, you already got to represent your country. So it's like, it's not like you're not in the history books. You're done. Your reign is done. It's done. So why are you holding back at this point? Go do something worthwhile, worth meaning. And they just don't. These beauty queens usually talk when they're asked. Why do you have to be asked? Why do you have to be asked? Are you or are you not a queen? So then the decisions should be yours. I should not have to go ask a queen to have some damn conviction, some intention in her life. Like, you are a leader. Go lead. Why anybody have to ask you to do anything? You are the leader. You should start everything. If there's a conversation that need be had, start it. You're the queen. That's your job. Damn, people get into my comment section and they're just like, this video, nobody asked for this video. And I'm like, honestly, nobody asked for most of my videos, to be honest. Let's be completely frank about that, okay? Nobody asked for 90% of my videos. I start the conversation and I choose what I want to talk about and I choose what I want to do. That's why that's why it says the sovereign. My decision. Like, get it together. Swimsuit competition is more about physical health and fitness versus sexualization. It's more than that. More than that. Maybe I'm going to have to do a video about the purpose of pageantry because people really overlook certain things. Can you say that Miss Earth Queens do more with their advocacies than Miss Universe? Yeah. Miss Earth Queens do more. They do more. Truly. The Miss Earth Queens do more with their advocacies, absolutely. But people seem to think that the swimsuit competition is only about presenting physical fitness and health. And I'm like, that's part of it. But is that what y'all really think that the swimsuit portion of the competition truly is about? Because we need to have a discussion if that's what you think. The purpose of the swimwear competition is to strip these women down to their bare minimum, to put on display all of their vulnerabilities, to make these women feel as insecure as possible and force them to present themselves in front of an audience who they know is judging them, who they know is possibly ridiculing them, and still stand there and be proud of themselves. That is the purpose of swimwear competition. Of course, the fitness element, we want fit queens. Like, that's not to be overlooked, even though most of these queens, in my opinion, most of them, even the skinny ones, they're skinny. They're not fit. There's a difference. But the main component of swimwear competition, because it doesn't matter how fit you are. It doesn't matter how perfect your body may appear. If you show up on a swimwear competition stage looking insecure, with lack of confidence, you look afraid. You look scared. You look unhappy. You may look sad. It doesn't matter how damn good you look in a bikini. I promise you, you will not make it. You won't make it to the next round. That's a given. because that's the swimwear competition is not only about fitness. It is about your display of confidence. The only reason you're presenting in a swimwear outfit is because that is the state in which most people feel the most insecure. That is, if you have to think of a way to make somebody feel the most physically insecure, it's to make them be damn near naked in front of 1 million people. The average person cannot do that. The average person would have a breakdown. The average person, you would see their knees shaking and you would see their eyes welling up with water. Like, the average person cannot take that. That is the purpose of the swimwear competition. It's to break you. This is just what this is. Why do I have to explain these things? I'm gonna have to do a video. I didn't think I needed to do a video, but maybe I need to do a video on like the purpose of each element and segment of competition, because people seem to think it's all about beauty and sexiness, and I'm like, no. If we wanted to do a competition, there are competitions that are about beauty and sexiness, and they're all bikini, like Miss Miami competitions. Go watch those. Like, if I wanted to see sexy girls, I'm not watching Miss Universe. Like, y'all are cute. Okay, y'all are cute, but Victoria's Secret does better, you know, doing that. I just, like, when I see women in swimwear, every now and then I'll be like, ooh, she's sexy. But that's more of a thing that's a part of her personality, not just because I'm looking at her and I think that she's sexy. Being sexy is more than just a look. It's a feel. Like, have you ever, like, it's very weird when you see a beautiful woman, but she seems insecure. Like, that's not sexy. I don't care how good you look. I'm not going to be like, ooh, she's sexy. The women that we call sexy are the women that really display like this air of confidence and sultriness. Then I'll be like, oh, she's sexy. Lack of confidence is not sexy. And that goes for men too. Okay. Men too. This is not just for women. It's for men. Miss Earth, the swimwear competition, makes up 1/3 of the swimwear score. What do you think MGI is doing enough for their advocacy, or are they just using it for clout? Honestly, I think Miss Earth does the best when it comes to their advocacy. The rest of the international queens, what's she really doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm sorry, what are you doing? What are you doing? I see them doing interviews. I see them, you know, making appearances. But, like, really fighting for your advocacy? No. I don't see it. I don't. If you're going to have an advocacy for women's rights, like, let's just say we have a queen who advocates for women's rights, I expect that you are going to be extremely outspoken against any politician that votes against women's rights issues. And this is why I say it's incredibly political it's expected for women to be political, because your advocacies are political. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? What? Your advocacies are political. So I expect you to be political. So if in the United States, our president is striking down environmental issues or environmental legislation, you know who the first person to be outraged about it should be? Miss Earth. But do we ever see Miss Earth walk through the doors of Congress to go address the politicians who say global warming is a hoax? I would love to see Miss Earth USA address the politicians who say global warming is a hoax. But do they ever? No, they don't. They don't. So why are you here? What's the purpose? What's the purpose? Go away. What is the purpose? Why? Like, once you get your crown, go make waves. Go do something with it. Oh my God, I would have so much respect if, like, one of the queens made news because she showed up at, like, a protest for, like, women's abortion rights or the right to choose. Just like, oh my God, I would have so much respect, but it never happens. We don't see queens protesting. We don't see queens supporting any of their issues that they so-called are advocacies for. All we see them do is go off and they take their pictures and they get their photos posted and they, you know, post pretty messages, but they don't actually make an impact. They don't actually force change. They're not actually pushing the problem forward. They're not doing any of that. They're not. They're not. Why was I the only queen? Well, look, see, I shouldn't even, but I was the only person up in Washington, D.C. Why was I the only person in Washington, D.C. wearing a crown in front of the White House, protesting the use of military force against United States citizens? Why was I the only, and I'm not wearing a sash, okay? I'm not wearing a Miss Representative. I'm not wearing a Miss DC. I'm not wearing a Miss USA. Why am I the one wearing a crown protesting for Black Lives Matter? Why? 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 But the rest of y'all want to get on your platforms and be like, oh, I fight for equality and I fight for justice. And some women even will say, I'm fighting for anti-discrimination. Then why aren't you on the front lines? Where are you? It's not enough to just be like, I fight for this. Okay, come fight. Let's go. You want to borrow my sword? I got extra. You need some armor? You need a horse? Need a ride? I'll call your Uber. Where are you at? Gone. 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 I'll tell you guys right now, and I have plenty of advocacies, but I just don't have the time to put everything on YouTube. But I'll tell you, because when I say show up for war, I mean it. I was notified that in my county, in my hometown, and the surrounding areas, parents of current students of high schools and middle schools are protesting the teaching of slavery and racial segregation and issues being taught within our school literature and from teachers in all of our schools. They are protesting teaching certain aspects of American history. And I'm like, not fictional history, okay? This is the United States. The United States has a history against, not just Black Americans, Native Americans taking their land and massacres, putting Japanese Americans in encampments. There's a lot of things that have happened in regards to race in the Americans' history. But there are massive amounts of protests in my cities from parents that says these things, these factual history elements should not be taught. Yes, critical race theory. It should not be taught. The history of slavery, Jim Crow laws, segregation should not be taught. All the crimes, the Oklahoma massacre that killed hundreds of wealthy Black people because the neighboring white population was pissed off that the neighboring Black population was doing better than them, so they killed them and burned down their city. They want to erase that from history. It should not be taught. That's going on in my town. And I was notified of it because I have several friends, older women who are on school boards and everything. And you know what I told them? I'm coming. I said, I'm coming. I'm coming. Because a lot of young people don't care about stuff like that. No, there's no young people. We're not going to freaking school board meetings. We don't care. But young people do care about CRT. They do care about these things being taught. The thing is, a lot of young people don't know what's happening because we don't go to school board meetings, okay? So the older people were telling me we wish young people would come. As soon as I found out about it, I said, I will be there. And I will film it. And I'm going to come. I'm not coming as, no. I'm going to show up full sovereign. Full sovereign. I'm talking, we're going to have outfit, crown, hair, all of it. And I'm going to film it. And I will be at the meeting. And I will be at every meeting if I have to be. And I will have words. And I'm not going to hide who I am. I'm going to tell them exactly who I am. And I will come back again and again and again and fight you. And every time I come back, I'm going to bring more people with me. And sure, they can go off or they can come find my YouTube channel and be like, oh my God, the sovereign has invaded the local school board meeting and she is protesting the rewriting of history and CRT. Like, they can come. You can get all your Republican friends to come after me. You can get all your little Proud Boy friends to come after me, all your little racist friends to come after me. I don't hide. Let's have war. Let's have battle. Because when I say I'm going to stick up for what I want to stick up with, I come. Crown and everything. Crown and everything. I will hand out cards to my YouTube channel. Come find me. Because that's what it means to go and stand up for what you believe in. Period. I will wear a shirt that says, I have a shirt. I have an actual sovereign shirt that has a YouTube thing right here. And it's got my helmet and motorcycle crown in the back. And it says the sovereign and the House of Sovereign. Like, I will go full YouTuber and show up and cuss them out. It's not a problem at all. But that's what it means to go and show up for what you believe in. That's what it means when I say go to the battlefield. That's what I mean when I say go to war. You have to go stare down the people who are causing the problem. If your advocacy is for women's rights, you have to go stare down the people who are anti women's rights. I don't understand why is it so hard for people to understand? And this is where I kind of lose respect for the queens. This is where I kind of lose respect. Okay? This is a little bit I kind of do, because they're like, "Oh, this is my advocacy. I'm all for uplifting the rights of these people and standing for this issue." Babe, I don't see you standing for any issue, because if you're going to stand for an issue, you have to be able to stand against other things, right? Right? But you're not doing that. You are not on the front lines. And this is why the public doesn't respect you. This is why the public's not paying attention to pageant queens, because they don't do anything noteworthy. They don't. They don't do anything. They don't fight. And this is why this is why the public and politicians and other people don't respect them, because they know they can backhand a pageant queen and she's not going to do anything about it. She's not. Let's be honest. She's not. She's not. That's a problem. The public doesn't respect you. The important people don't respect you. And if the important people don't respect you, they're not going to listen to you. You're not going to get invites to any congressional offices or any important buildings or any important discussions if you're not willing to fight. Because the people in those buildings are willing to fight. You do realize that, right? Like AOC, regardless of how you feel about her, you can't tell me that woman doesn't fight. And for those of you who don't know, AOC is a young politician in the American Congress who frequently gets under the skin of older people because she's loud. And she is unrelenting in what she believes in. And she will fight you publicly with no problem. She will drop facts on you. She will do everything in her power. She is relentless. She will do what she thinks she has to do when it comes to what she believes in. Now, how can AOC invite a pageant queen into the arena if they're not willing to give the same energy that everybody else is giving? I wouldn't invite you either. I would not invite you. I wouldn't. In fact, I won't. When it comes to me, like when I start doing the discussions on like the United States being really stupid when it comes to critical race theory and stuff, because I'm going to film it and put it up on YouTube. I don't give a damn. I'm going to put it up on YouTube and I'm going to have discussions about it. And all you foreigners who aren't Americans, by all means, laugh at our stupidity, because we deserve to be laughed at. We're trying to erase parts of our history. That's stupid. You are more than welcome to laugh at our nonsense. I don't care. But the thing I won't do, I'm not inviting any of the pageant queens to have that discussion with me. I'm not. What's the point? Number one, are any of them, is it true that Miss World is your favorite? Why are you spamming? I'm going to block you if you're spamming the chat. But I'm going to have to do it through my phone. Here it is. Hold on. Yeah, because spamming the chat's not cool. So, I am not inviting any of the queens to have that discussion with me. Number one, because I don't think they're brave enough to have it. Maybe a few of them, but honestly, what's the point if they're not willing to fight with me? You know? If I'm actively out in the community, if I'm actively out in my neighborhood, if I'm actively out in the world, fighting for what I believe in, what does it look like me putting myself next to you who does nothing? It looks bad on the queen, to be honest. She's gonna be the one next to me and everybody's looking at her like, okay, but you don't do as much as she does. So like it makes them look bad. And I'm not really trying to make them look bad, but it still does look bad if you don't do anything. You know, it still looks bad. So this all goes back to say that, yes, I think Miss Earth, the Miss Earth queens do way more with their advocacy than any other queens, any of the other ones. Miss World, Miss Universe, Miss Grand, Miss Earth queens are walking all over you, killing you. Because even the elemental queens, I see them out doing stuff in their neighborhoods, in the world, like they are out doing stuff. Everybody else, what you doing? Nothing. And this kills me because it's just like, I am not a pageant queen, okay? I built my own kingdom and I built my own throne and I built my own place and I have my own crown. And I'm happy I did. I don't want to be compared to them. I don't deserve to be compared to them. There is no reason I should be out here doing more than women that have entire organizations backing them. There is no reason. None. Absolutely not at all. Even when I was wearing a Miss Earth crown and sash, I still didn't have an organization behind me. Everything I did by myself. And I made my own appearances. And even then, I was a regional title holder and I still did more than even like national title holders. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? They're not doing anything. It's very, very annoying. I was sick during Miss USA. So that's why I didn't do a review. But Lord, Miss USA, let's talk about Miss USA. Hold on. All right. That should do what I want it to do. Miss USA was better this year, obviously. It was very obvious that Miss USA was a lot better. Where is Miss USA? Let me, I can't, because I feel like Miss USA is going to do the same thing as Miss Universe. And we're going to have copyright issues with them. But I'm going to pull up Miss USA just so I can remind myself of what this competition looked like. There is a video that I want to do about specifically American pageantry because I have got to ask the question. Why are we still under the thumb of Pageant Vision? And if you don't know what Pageant Vision is, it's a streaming service specific for pageant competitions. Like you pay Pageant Vision and then you can watch whatever competition you paid to watch. Like if it's Miss California, if it's Miss Idaho, if it's Miss Texas, or if it's Miss USA, you pay Pageant Vision a fee and then you can watch it. And I'm just like, why are we still using Pageant Vision? Like back in the day, before YouTube, before there was a YouTube, Pageant Vision was necessary. We needed a platform where we could go and watch all the different versions of pageants. But why was Miss USA, the preliminary competition was locked behind Pageant Vision for $36? For what reason? $36. I do believe that is the highest price I have ever seen to watch any competition. $36 on Pageant Vision. YouTube is right there. You know they will pay you AdSense money. Why? That was bad. That was not cool. Miss USA was too late, and they better have it in like May. There is no reason for any of these competitions to be as late as they have been. I'm looking at Miss USA right now. The opening number with them in the black one pieces Beyonce style, I like. That was super late. That was super fresh. That was super glam. I really liked it.
He's right on the beach.
Yo, I want to. I'm literally looking at Miss USA right now. Oh God, sorry. The swimwear is kind of teen-esque. It's like a pink tie-dye. It's very teen style. You could have had more adult style swimwear with this. The staging was good. The staging was much more dynamic, and the Asian girls were not happy about that. Miss USA girls need better training. It's so identifiable. It's so, the way that Miss USA and USA competitors walk is so identifiable. I can tell when a Miss USA girl moves to like Colombia or Mexico because of the way she walks. It's such a wonky type of way that they walk, and it's so artificial. It's such a pageant. It's like a pageant patty-esque walk, and it's so identifiable to the United States specifically. And I hate it. It's gross. On top of the fact that some of y'all's hands are still, they're not as cheesy colored as they have been in past years. So we're getting better with the orange hands, but we don't need to know if you're concentrated off the game. I don't need to know that your idol is Donald Trump based on your skin color. But they're still overdoing it with the pan.
And they're ready to weigh in.
Thank you, Zuri. I am here in the Cove's Upper Deck with Miss USA, Asia Brown.
who was this Asian man? He's super cute and adorable, but he's not a good host. He didn't really have a lot of confidence. He seemed very unsure during the Miss USA competition. Who was he? Who was he? Does anybody know who that was? The show was good this year. I'm picking on certain... Oh, I didn't realize that... Sorry. I didn't realize that you guys were hearing the video. My bad. That's my bad. That was my bad. That was my bad. I'm a shitty streamer. I know. We're working on it. I promise I will stream more. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I'll recap real quick. The staging was a lot better. The bikinis were very like teen-esque, adolescent, because they were like this tie-dye pink. And then I was talking about how there's like this very distinct way that USA competitors walk. That's almost very pageant Patty-esque. It's very identifiable. Even if the girls like move to Mexico or Colombia, I can still tell that they're American based on the way they walk, because it's a very artificial type of walk, and it freaking kills me. It's like bouncy and weird and slightly robotic. I don't like that. Yeah, I turned off the audio, but it was really gross. And then we need to fix that. I don't know what's up with like USA girls specifically walking like that, but it's weird. The other thing is, what is it? This Asian host, he's really cute. He's like an adorable guy. He's super cute. Let me let you guys see what I'm seeing right here. Patrick Ta, yeah, he's super cute. He's like adorable. And by the way, Miss USA, she former Miss USA looks amazing. But he's like super cute. But he was not a good host. He seemed really nervous. Like Babe seemed like really unsure about what he was doing. Like he was not, I don't know why they chose him as host. That's just, did he have like a really large fan base or what? Like it just didn't make sense to me. I'm really happy that oh my gosh, that USA is finally starting to give me more dimension, more dynamic colors. This gown by, I forgot this state, but this girl, I loved her. This one right here. You guys see her? She's amazing, and I loved her. Oh my gosh, I loved her so much. The gown, the styling, just the everything was fantastic. You know what? Instead of having, I can fix this. I can do that better. I'm learning things. She was amazing though. Oh my God, she was amazing. The velvet with the sparkle. Oh my God, this woman was a queen. I was to die. She was to die for. She was to die for. Let me just go like this. Video. What was I doing? Let's go like that. This queen was to die for. Gorgeous. Amazing. She was stunning. Stunning. I loved every bit of it. I loved it. I loved it so much. Oh my God. The color, the velvet, just a little bit of shine. Oh, amazing. I loved her. Freaking fantastic. I'm happy that USA was giving us different colors, different styles and everything. That was really nice to see. I don't want to like press play on the video because, you know, they'll block this whole live stream and then everybody will be mad at me because I blocked the live stream. But it looks like we've gotten out of our Sherry Hill era, which is great. Like, thank you. I said, like, thank you. Like, I'm super happy we're out of the Sherry Hill era. That's amazing. Outstanding. That was different and fun. You know, it's giving me Miss Grand Vietnam right there, but Illinois was great too. So what's killing me with how did I do this? Boom. Oh yeah, it was great. It was like super fab. Miss America. Oh my God, you guys just reminded me I have to edit the reaction. It's not a reaction. It's like a review of Miss America because a lot of people were on my butt. They're like, talk about Miss America. And I'm like, yeah, you guys do not care about my mental health, do you? Like, you guys don't care about me at all. Asking me to talk about Miss America. Oh, okay. So thank you for the explanation, for telling me why they chose him to be a host. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. He's an American, like he's a celebrity makeup artist and I'm sure he kills like for makeup. I'm sure he does. Undisputed. He's not the person you should be choosing to host though. I wouldn't choose him. He wasn't the best host. Super cute. Probably a great makeup artist. No No for the hosting. Miss America better than Miss Grand, please. Please. Have you seen Miss America? It's on YouTube. Go check. Happy holidays, everyone. Yes, it's Christmas and we're sitting here talking pageant tea and pageant, stuff and pageant things, I have to upload this video that I have to the Coterie, but I do want to allow you guys to kind of hear a little bit because I didn't post it because me and Mom were being super petty about the trolls in the comments section because I love the trolls. Like, I'm sorry. The trolls, they're so much freaking fun. Truly, the trolls are amazing. Like, they make me giggle because people were super mad at me and had hurt feelings about competition rankings, as they do every year. And me and Mom were just like having a freaking blast. Talking about it. Let me see if I can pull up this video because I'm not going to post the video because I feel like it would be beating a dead horse to just post this. So I'm going to save this video legit for next year because the trolls are going to be mad at me again because I'm not going to change my behavior and they're so predictable. So I can make a video a year ahead of time and save it and then upload it next year because I know they're going to be mad. So it's like, whatever. Let me see if I can find the funny part though. There's a lot of funny parts in this video, but I'm going to see if I can find it because it's great. And I'll let you guys see a little bit of a clip of a video that is only for my Patreon. So you guys are only going to see this little bit in this live stream. Oh, let me message my mom, by the way, because we're supposed to go to dinner. But I want to find this funny part. Let me not have the video be super loud.
Gonna loss.
Yeah.
Don't ever play dominoes.
Who do not have any emotional control or are just too
I'm
listening to trying to find out like where this is supposed to be.
Adventures and activities such as any type of competition.
Let me see if I can just
when you do
let you guys see me scroll through this.
Do not anticipate that I care. Don't come tell me about
because me and Mom had a field day during this video. It was amazing. You guys were so petty. It was amazing.
They're looking for it would just be like legitimate.
Like,
is that what you? Hold on.
Okay, there it is. Let's. This was hilarious because there were some people in the comment section. I'm still laughing about it to this day because it's so amazing. There were people in the I'm gonna cry. It's so funny. There were people in the comment section who were asking me if I was gonna give an apology for not putting Miss Universe Philippines in my top 5. And I'm just like, first of all, that would mean I would have to apologize to everybody who never made my top 5, top 10, top 20 list. Are you insane? I'm not doing that. Are you kidding me? This is a predictions list. And based on her prelims performance wasn't that great. So I was like, no. And I have never apologized. I have said a lot of things on YouTube. Okay. If I haven't apologized to Lupita or to Miriam Habash, like there's Charlie Gold. There are so many people I have epically roasted on YouTube. I have said a lot. I'm going to apologize because your feelings are hurt. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Like, get out of here. Fight me. I'm not doing it. But me and Mom were sitting here, oh my God, we were having so much fun. So I'm gonna play this section of the video and let you guys have this before I post it in my Patreon, because I'll be posting the full 47. Oh, we had a field day. 47 minutes of me and Mom roasting. It was so much fun. But you guys get a little bit. Let me see.
Any type of competition. That's what it is. We got those mama's boys or mama's girls, and parents always protected them from things. Grow some self-confidence and stop emotionally attaching your self-worth or your country's worth to the placement of these competitors. They should remain unattached. Just because someone doesn't make top 5 or top 20 on my list has no emotional feelings behind it. Doesn't mean that I hate them. And for those of you who do not have any emotional control or are just too weak and unready to participate in adventures and activities such as any type of competition, when you do get upset, do not anticipate that I care. Don't come tell me about your hurt feelings about where I place your competitor, because I am being completely honest right now and saying, I don't care. I don't care. And I'll be pretty disappointed if you are emotionally getting upset about a competitor's placement.
I was thinking to respond to all the comments of people upset that their people didn't win. You just say sorry. Just to everyone, just say sorry.
Just say
That's
sorry.
it. Just wait. It'll be a whole bunch of sorry.
But they're just
Like they wouldn't get the response that they're looking for. It would just be like sorry.
But that like they feel like I owe them something
Sorry.
by not putting Philippines on my list. And I'm like, but there's plenty of women that haven't been up there before. So what?
Well, you know
is
how
the
when
big
you
deal?
have to apologize to someone and it doesn't seem genuine, and they go like this, sorry.
Right?
That's what I would put. Sorry.
I don't have it in me to like give an illegitimate.
There
like, is that what you?
none.
Hold on. Wait,
They just
wait,
want a
wait.
sorry.
Okay, fine. Shh. Shh. To all the fans who are mad that I didn't place Philippines in my top 5. Sorry. If that's what you guys wanted, there you have it. I did. Why are you laughing? Stop laughing.
Why did you do that?
Because that's what they wanted.
Making my eyes water.
And that's what they wanted. And legit, I'm gonna be totally honest. That is the best I can do.
My eyes are watering.
That
If you
is-
look closely, zoom in.
Your eyes
There's
are-
water in my eyes.
She's not
I
lying.
feel so bad.
For those of you who wanted it, that is legit the best I can do. So if you are a part of the fan base that likes people to pander to you, and you like illegitimate criticism, and you like illegitimate words, then you should accept my apology.
She said illegitimate words.
I did my best. I could not have given a better apology than what I just gave. That is the best I can do for you. I tried. See, this is exactly why I don't give fake apologies, because I'm shit at it. Yeah. That my mom was just like, you should just say sorry. I was like, fine. I'm gonna try. This is why I'm like, I have no choice but to be honest, because honestly, if I tried to lie to you guys, y'all would call out my fakeness in a heartbeat. Like, y'all would be like, she's lying. I'm saying, like, oh my God. They were like, oh, you should just say sorry. Look, if you wanted a sorry from me, that is the best you're gonna get. That is the best apology I could give you. Okay. Is it inauthentic? Sure it is. But it seems like that's what some of y'all needed in order to get over your feelings. Was it a fake apology? Abso-freaking-lutely. That's the only reason that I'm kind of sad that I'm not posting that video on YouTube, because I really wanted people to see my attempted apology. That's the one part of the video I really did want people to see. I was like, okay, since y'all want an apology so bad, I will give you the best I could do. It may not be very good, but it's all you're gonna get. Like, they really were like, you should give an apology. Just warning. That's a warning. Do not ask me or my mother to do some inauthentic fake stuff. Don't come to us with that nonsense, because in all likelihood, we're going to be very immature about it. We're going to make fun of it. And of course, we're going to make a video about it. I do not understand why people are surprised that I made a video about it. Everybody else made a video about it. Do you think I wouldn't make a video about it? Do you guys think that if I was in the news for something, right? Which happens at the end of every year anyways. Like, I'm in the news for apparently in foreign countries that happens. Somebody messaged me. They're like, you're trending in the Philippines. I said, bitch, send me a screenshot. That's lit. Like, what's up? But they're like, if I'm in the news, I don't care what for. What makes you think everybody else gets to talk about it and I'm not? Of course I'm gonna make a video on it. Of course I'm going to make the trolls watch it. Of course they're going to come watch it. Why wouldn't I make them watch my video? I'm going to sit here and make fun of it. Of course I am. Are you kidding me? Like, everybody else gets to make a video about it, but not me.
No. I'm not that mature. Okay. Life is too fun to sit there and take everything seriously. If people were sitting there roasting me, like if it was like a roast fest of the Sovereign, I would make a video. And not only would I make a video, I would ask my family to make a video with me and have them out roast me better than you guys ever could. You think I'm over here sitting here being sad? I want to participate too. I want to have fun. Can I have fun, please? Like, it's fun. Like, clearly you're bothered. You made a video. No, clearly I know how to like monetize my YouTube channel and make the trolls watch a video. We clearly know they're going to watch. Like, I love it when people be like, somebody came into my a couple people. It's like a lot of people came into my Instagram DMs and they were like, we effing hate you, you bitch. I can't wait to see your reaction video. I can't wait to see your face. And I'm like, okay. So you hate me, but you waiting for, like, you hate me, but you're sitting here waiting for me to drop the next video. Okay. Straight up, I had trolls in my DMs and they're demanding that I drop my reaction video. And I'm like, but you hate me though. I thought you didn't, but you don't like me. What do you mean? And they're just like, I can't wait to see your reaction video. I bet. And that's why I put up another video before my reaction video, because I knew they were going to watch it. Duh. Be smart. And then they're like, why are you in the comment section talking? Like, it's fun. You guys have your feelings hurt over nothing. Of course I'm going to make fun out of it. Like, grow a spine. Grow a backbone. I have never gotten a DM from any of the queens like that were sad about what I've said. Never happened. Never. Some of the queens that I've criticized the most have DM'd me and they asked me and they were like, hey, I didn't think this was good either. What do you think about it? Like, what suggestions do you have? Straight up. Like, that's just, they said, then post it. No. I'm going to save it for next year when you guys inevitably get pissed off again because you're predictable and so am I. You think I'm going to change my behavior? Do you, like, let's be honest, okay? Do y'all really think I'm about to change? Because people keep getting, like, they were mad at me in 2018 because I wasn't on the Catriona Gray bandwagon. Because I don't bandwagon queens. I never do. No matter if she's a front runner or not. I don't bandwagon. So they were mad at me about that. And then they were mad at me about Samantha Bernardo when I put her below USA during Miss Grand, which ended up happening anyways, and they were still pissed. And then they got on me for Ribia Mateo because Elo was not on my favorites list, not for Miss Universe, for her national competition. They were mad about that. I can recount every single time y'all were mad at me. Clearly, my behavior has not changed. Clearly, it's not going to. So it's just like y'all are predictable. So next year, when you get mad at me, it's going to be super fun to drop a video I made a year ago on you people who get mad. It's going to be hilarious because it's like, you're that damn predictable. You're so predictable. Embarrassing yourselves. Like, stop it. Like, like silliness. They're like Filipino bait. Yeah, but if I ignored the if I ignored the Philippines, then trolls like you would get up in here and say, how dare you ignore a powerhouse? Philippines has this many crowns. We deserve to have notoriety and have you talk about them. Like, shut up. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all just complain to complain. Like, it's just nonstop complaining, okay? Whatever muscle you use to open your jaw and complain is strong as hell. Strong as hell. It's commendable. Because no matter what I do, you're going to sit there and whine. So why do I care? Predictable. Predictable. Get your life together. It's just, they're just like, either it's Filipino bait or it's Filipino hate. Either or. If I don't make a video about the Philippines, then I'm mean for ignoring the Philippines. And if I make a video that includes the Philippines or is about the Philippines, then they're like, it's Filipino bait. So either way, y'all mad. So shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Go be mad somewhere else. The rest of us is trying to have a good time, okay? Don't be a Debbie Downer. Party pooper. Because I'm not a people pleaser. There's other YouTubers that do that for you. You don't need me for that. You don't. I'm very honest. If you want a YouTuber that's going to be like a people pleaser and all that stuff, there are plenty of recommendations other pageant fans can give you. I am not the one for you. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I need to do coming into the new year. We need more vlogs. We definitely need more privy councils. We need a lot more stuff. And I'm going to do it for you because it's fun. It's fun. Oh, I know it's not all Filipinos. Don't worry. You guys know we've been through this, okay? Like Filipinos that are a part of the channel, that are a part of the court. You guys know we go through this literally every year. Some fans get mad at me for something. It happens every year. And you guys know I'm not going to hold it against you. I never have. I don't hold it against you. I don't hold it against the queens. It does kind of suck to see your people like down there crying. Because if it was United States, I'd be like, y'all are embarrassing. Sometimes the United States, I'll catch the US people in different comment sections around YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, US citizens are like embarrassing sometimes. So I get how it feels. Because the United States, like admittedly, we can all kind of admit there's certain portions of our citizenship that's pretty freaking embarrassing. So I get how it feels, you know? And I do feel bad for you on that. Because it's just like, if I were to see my flag, the United States flag, next to like racist Asian rhetoric, I'd be pissed. I'm like, that's gross. Why are you doing that? No, that's our flag. Don't misrepresent my country because you're gross. It sucks. Are you watching Miss World? Yeah, like 3 months from now? Yeah, probably. I have, you know, I know people going into competition. Miss World America is really working, and I have a video on her, so hopefully she does well. I do want to upload that video now that I have time and I'm not sick, because I was supposed to upload it while I was sick. Good morning. How you doing? Watching from London. Oh my gosh. Sounds so fancy. Are you guys having a better Christmas than we are? Probably. Some fans take it way too seriously. Yeah, they do. I understand why the girls take it seriously. Like, for them, it's a life-changing thing. But for the fans, it's a TV show. It's like Big Brother or, you know, Fear Factor or any, like, competition TV show. It means nothing to you. It means the world to them. So that's why I don't get mad at them for taking it seriously. They should take it seriously. But if you're a fan in your living room, sitting on the couch, calm down. Calm down. A lot of people misrepresent criticism as something hateful. Yeah, every year. They'll get over it. Nah. Ain't nothing to me. Anyways, so I think I'm going to save this live stream and get ready for Christmas dinner. And I will be seeing you guys shortly. And I'm going to get this video uploaded to my Patreon, because they get to see the full nonsense me and Mom did while the trolls were going nuts. Because it was hilarious. Like, oh, we have such a field day. And you guys will likely get to see it next year because, like I said, they're predictable. But thanks for hanging out with me, because I clearly am not doing anything much this Christmas, and I wanted to make sure you guys were having a happy, fun Christmas, which I hope that you are. Hang out with your families, get some food. I want to go to the gym. You know, my arm's got too much wiggle in it, but I can't go to the gym so I'm stuck. Oh well. But happy holidays to all, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Kisses. Is my microphone in the way?